All right, we are making homemade vegan protein powder. So to start off, okay, disclaimer, I just want to say you don't have to use all these beans. If you just want to strictly use it for protein powder, you can just use split peas, because that would make it would make a better texture, and you don't have to add oats to it. I add oats to my protein powder, and it helps with the texture, makes it like really creamy. But if you just want protein powder, just use split peas. But I use all three. I use split peas, lentils, and chickpeas, because I like to make crumbles, like veggie crumbles and veggie burgers, veggie patties. So it, I don't know, it's just a preference. But I just washed the beans. I washed them like 3 times, because you don't know if it's rocks or bugs or anything in there. So I washed them like at least 3 times, and then fill them up, put them in your pots, fill them with water, and then you're gonna boil them until they're tender. And that usually takes, I think I boiled them for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But I turned them down really low, and then I ended up taking a nap, so I really don't know how long it was. But yeah, they look really gross right now, but they're soft, so that's what they're supposed to look like. So then after you're done with that, you transfer them to a baking sheet and try to drain as much water as you can out of there, because it would just make the baking process a lot easier. Because if the more water you leave in there, the more often you'll have to check on them and take them out, stir them. It'll cause a lot of steam in your oven, and it'll burn you in the face when you open it. And I may or may not be speaking from experience. So once you transfer them to the baking sheet, put some oil on it. I didn't show this right now, but put some oil on it. I greased the pans, and then just spread out the beans evenly so that they're all laying flat. You don't want any of them like laying on top of each other. You want it to be as even and flat as possible. So that's what I'm doing right here. Yeah. And but this is the part where I put the oil on there, because I remembered that I forgot to do it in the beginning. So I just take a paper towel and spread it out. Nothing serious. It's gonna stick a little bit like throughout the process, but once it dries, it's gonna loosen up. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But you preheat your oven to 375, which I already did. And I have leftover beans because my oven's not that big. And I have that many baking sheets. I just have 3. So we're just gonna do those later. But you put those in the oven and you say goodbye to them. Bye bye. And those are the leftover ones. So I think you can see it a little bit, but it's like still steam coming off of them. There you go. There is the steam. Okay, so there's still steam, so you just want to stir it, and it'll help it dry and heat faster in the oven. I don't know what this is. I'm just making a mess. Anyways, so sorry, there's obnoxion going on. But if you saw that all that steam that came out the oven in the beginning when I first opened it, okay, you can see the steam. So that is, you want to release that, because that will actually make it hard for your chickpeas to dry. So every 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how dry you were able to get it, you just take them out the oven, stir them so that they're even and they dry evenly, they roast evenly, and you get out all those steam pockets. So then you put them back in the oven, you say peace out, and then you come back, and then they're dry. I burnt mine a little bit, but you're gonna be better than me. You're not gonna burn yours. And you're just gonna be nicely well toasted. And then you just put them in the blender, not the oven. Take them out the oven and put them in the blender, and then you blend it up. And I just blend it for like 5 minutes maybe. I blend it on 1, and then I switch it to 2, and then I switch it to 3, and then until it looks powdery enough. And it actually tastes like, roasting it gives it such a warm, nutty, like it tastes like toasted nuts. Like, it's so good. It's so good. But I just put it in a bowl, get a scooper, and then I sift it. And I sift out all the little chunks to make the texture, you know, more enjoyable, so I can make smoothies with it. And yeah, you just repeat this process like 2 or 3 times, really 3 if you really want to be really safe with it, but I do it about 2 to 3 depending on how it's looking and how I'm feeling, because it gets tiresome. I can't even lie, it does a little bit. So I just do it to my heart's desire. So that's what the chunks look like, and the chunks is actually what I use to make my veggie burgers and my it makes really good like vegetarian taco meat too. I can make a video about that if you guys want to see that. But anyways, I just take the chunks, I don't know what the heck they're called, but I take the chunks, then I just put the stuff back in the blender and I blend it up again to try to get some more powder out of it. So then I'll just repeat this whole process over again after I blend it. And look, that's what the powder looks like. It looks so good. So yeah, after I blend that up, it's looking powdery again. Good to go. Put that in the bowl, and then you sift that again. Sift it. Yeah, I don't know what I just said right there, but it's looking good. Now I take oats. I like to put oats in mine because when I make smoothies in the morning, it's so good and it keeps me full and it's very nutritious. And it's a good, like, I use it as my breakfast. I like a meal substitute, but if you guys don't want the carbs, then you don't have to add the oats, but I just like to do that. And fun fact, I just made oat flour. That's how you make oat flour. Then you just sift it, and it adds like a creamy texture to it, like in the smoothies. It's just so good. But yeah, that's the finished product. I think this clip is upside down, but yeah.